What happens if you fall into a black hole? Right now, somewhere in the universe, there's a hole so powerful, not even light can escape it. And today, we're going to do something completely insane. We're going to fall into one. Don't worry, it's just a simulation. Probably. Stick around, because what happens next will completely break your understanding of time, space, and maybe your brain too. Hey, curious minds, welcome back to Sticko Stories. I'm your guide through the weirdest corners of science and mystery, and today's topic is one that scientists themselves still argue about. What really happens if a human being falls into a black hole? Spoiler, it's not just you die. It's way stranger than that. We're talking about time slowing down, your body being stretched like spaghetti, and a mystery hiding at the very center that might break the laws of physics as we know them. If this sounds like your kind of rabbit hole, stick with me, because we're about to fall in, literally. Before we jump in, let's understand what we're dealing with. A black hole forms when a massive star runs out of fuel and collapses under its own gravity, collapsing so much that it crushes itself into an infinitely small point, called a singularity. Around it is something called the event horizon. Think of it as the point of no return. Cross that line, and not even light, the fastest thing in the universe, can escape. That's why it's called a black hole. It doesn't just absorb matter, it absorbs light itself, which is exactly where we're headed next. Let's go. Let's imagine you're an astronaut approaching a black hole. As you get closer to the event horizon, something bizarre starts happening. Time itself begins to slow down for anyone watching you from a safe distance. To them, you'd appear to move slower and slower and slower until you seem to freeze completely at the edge, like a paused video. Your image would grow dimmer and redder until it fades away entirely. But from your perspective, you wouldn't notice anything strange at all. You'd cross the event horizon smoothly, feeling completely normal, unaware that, to the rest of the universe, you just vanished forever. Two people, two completely different realities. Welcome to Relativity. Wild, right? Would you volunteer for this mission? Let's keep going, because it's about to get much worse for our little astronaut. Yes, that's a real scientific term, spaghettification. As you fall closer to the singularity, the gravitational pull on your feet becomes dramatically stronger than the pull on your head. That difference in force stretches your entire body, vertically, like a piece of dough being pulled apart. Eventually, you'd be stretched into a long, thin strand of atoms, thinner than a human hair, thousands of kilometers long. For a supermassive black hole, this might take a while. But for a smaller one, you'd be spaghettified in a fraction of a second, way before you even reach the event horizon. Cool. Cool. Moving on. So what's actually at the center? Honestly, nobody knows for sure. According to Einstein's equations, it's a singularity, a point of infinite density where the laws of physics as we understand them simply stop working. Some scientists believe it could be a doorway to another universe. Others think it might connect to a white hole somewhere else in space-time, a kind of cosmic tunnel called a wormhole. And some physicists argue reality itself gets rewritten inside, that information isn't destroyed, but scrambled and possibly even stored on the event horizon like a cosmic hard drive. The truth is, falling into a black hole might be the only way to ever find out, and it's a one-way ticket. If your mind is already melting a little, imagine how mine feels editing this. New mysteries drop every week, and trust me, this channel is just getting started. Here's a twist: size matters. Smaller black holes have brutal, fast spaghettification. But supermassive black holes, the giants at the center of galaxies, have a much gentler gravitational gradient near the event horizon. In theory, you could cross into a supermassive black hole without being instantly destroyed. You'd survive the crossing itself, only to be crushed by the singularity later, with absolutely no way back. So, good news and bad news. So, what would really happen if you fell into a black hole? Time would twist, your body would stretch, and you'd vanish into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the universe, possibly forever. Black holes remind us how small we really are, and how much we still don't understand about the cosmos we live in. If this blew your mind, let me know in the comments. What should we fall into next? A wormhole? Another galaxy? You decide. This has been Sticko Stories. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.